Well, the crimes have been continuing for a number of weeks, specifically centered in the Riverdale section of the Bronx borough of New York City. Basically, they involve violent attacks on Jewish institutions and synagogues in the area. There were at least 7 attacks that had been recorded. He was charged with 42 counts. They involved a lot of rock throwing at institutions at least 4 different synagogues, smashing windows and property, burning books, etc. Caught on camera. Sources tell us that the police department has described his activity as violent and dangerous, obviously a cause of great concern in the community, where there were schools and a lot of vulnerable targets, if you will, children and prayers and synagogues, etc. The community, sought reassurance from the police department and local officials. They were activated. They caught the guy, but shortly afterwards he was released onto the street. And that is really frustrating members of the community.
So why has he been let out of jail? How has this happened?
Well, basically, it's a product of New York's relatively new bail laws that don't allow courts to hold accused criminals on bail and release them onto the street for their upcoming hearings. Now, this really applies when the crime that is being charged cannot be described as violent or dangerous. And what happened here, actually, there was one judge who first initially said that because of the nature of what took place here, this guy's a threat and dangerous and violent, and actually did call for a bail. And a couple of hours later, the attorneys of the defendant called for another hearing, and another judge overturned it, released him onto the street. I think it's clear that you have a situation here where you have an entire community of thousands and thousands of people, including many children and families, that now have to live in fear as a result of the fact that this, as described by the police, violent and dangerous individual is still walking the streets. It's outrageous and really a travesty of justice and a failure in the justice system that can protect innocent citizens and really does more to protect the accused perpetrator than the children really that are under threat.